In this video, I'm going to show you how you can transform your E70 BMW X5 from this small old screen to this HD 10.25-inch wireless CarPlay and Android Auto unit, along with all the other apps that you can imagine. You can download anything on here. Let's get started. Alright, so for the first part, press this button, open your glove box. This is going to allow you to have some leverage onto this trim. This is the first trim, the AC ducts is your first trim that you have to get out. Once that is out, two plugs behind here, unplug them, let's move on. I find the best leverage to get from under here, just put in your finger, pop this up, press it down a little bit and you can wiggle it out. There's some clips up top that's holding it in place onto your original fascia shroud. Once you have undone that, just unplug these two and then this will sit on the side. Now, in order to remove the climate control, there's one Phillips head here, one there. Go ahead, undo that, start prying it out. Now, when prying this climate control, be very mindful where you're prying it out. You'll see there's this thin ribbon surrounding the shroud. You'll see this thin ribbon around the shroud. Don't get your tools anywhere close to this ribbon. Make sure you're prying it the right way. Do not force anything. Take your time, do it slowly. There's 3 connections behind here, or actually 4 connections behind here. Undo them, and then once they're undone, this will sit on the side. All right, now moving on to the next bit, we have to undo the 2 Phillips head up there for the screen. Then we're gonna go ahead and undo the other 2 Phillips head, I believe, that's holding this radio in place. So once all of that is undone, I'll pull the radio out and then we'll move on to the next process. All right, so now for the next bit, we're going to remove the A pillar to mount a GPS there, away from all the electronics in the car, have best reception possible. In order to do that, you can just go ahead and pop this airbag cover out. That's gonna reveal a Torx screw. Go ahead and undo this Torx screw. I think it's a Torx 25. The A pillar will just pry open and then you can pull it straight out. This will also allow for you to run your mic up top for having the best conversation through your new unit. Now, you remember in the start of the video, we left the glove box open. The whole reason for that was to take this panel out. You can just use any tool just up top. It's just a flap kind of thing. So once the flap is down, it gives you access to run your fish from here to one part to the screen, and from here the other part to your A pillar. That is the best and the easiest way to guide your fish for your GPS as well as for your microphone. So I'm quickly gonna go ahead and mount my microphone and my GPS in, fish them together around here into here, and I'll show you the next process. Alright, so what I've done here is mounted my microphone there, run it along the roof lining into the A pillar, and in the A pillar you'll see there is no factory wiring on this car. So what I've done here is, if you can see, these small little tabs, that's what I've put in, so the wire is not just loose and dangling and rattling behind there. Also, I've taped it all up in nice fabric tape all the way. That's my GPS antenna mounted there. Now the wiring for both of them are going to run to the head unit. So what I've done is tape them up together, and again, same nice fabric tape. So now when I fish them through, it's not going to make any sound behind the dash. A1. So let me quickly go ahead and fish this to the screen. Then I'll show you what connections you have to do here for your plug and play. Get all the wires to the screen, mount the screen, and then we'll take it from there. All right, now you see here, this green cable here is your fiber optics. So take it out, it's in the first position from the left. This is exactly where it's gonna go on a new cordless harness. So the new one will plug in here, and the other side is gonna go in the back of your factory radio. Now the one part that's going in the back of the factory radio, that is where your fiber optics is gonna go ahead and sit. So I'm quickly gonna plug that and plug my screen in just to do some testing. Once I'm done with some testing, then I can go ahead and neaten all the wiring up, mount my USBs, mount all the other wiring. It's all plug and play, and things only go in one way from my kit. So it's very hard to mess this up. So let me quickly go ahead and do that. Once I'm done with that, I'll see you guys after I'm done with testing. All right, this looks a little bit chaotic, so we're gonna go and neaten this up. So what I've done here is just pop this panel out with just these 2 clips up top. I'm going to plug my AUX in here. The AUX cable is then gonna run behind and underneath. Now, in order to remove this panel, you have to get the bottom panel out. Again, just 3 screws. The whole panel comes out, only 1 connection behind here for your light. Take that out, remove that panel, run your AUX wiring underneath. Then you can kind of feel it and then pull it out there. So once you get the wire to this point, plug it into your audio out. Once it's plugged into the audio out, that's everything done for your AUX cable. So I'm quickly gonna go ahead and wrap this up in a nice tape, again, to make sure there's no rattling. Once that is done, feed it through up there, plugged into the audio out. Once that is done, it's pretty much just plugging everything back in, testing, and we're done. All right, so what I've done here is gone ahead and put everything back together just the way it was. Everything goes back in the same spot. Now, if you're struggling with the cord lock for your new harness from your radio, all you can do is just get your hand behind the radio, push it towards the left, and when you're pushing the radio back in, the quad lock can sit in the big cavity that's behind the radio. Now you can see how responsive this unit is. It's crazy how quick this works with your iDrive. As well as, let's go into our, which is our CarPlay app. Let's go in there, instant. It's pretty much instant. You can go back. Again, you guys can see how quick and responsive the system is. Everyone complains your units are expensive. This is why our units are expensive, because they're the best in the business. Let's go ahead, open CarPlay, try to play a song. You can also use your touch. I just prefer the dial, I'm old school guy. Play something here. Sounds all working. Keep that to the low. Alright guys, that is pretty much it. Still got the lifetime rev counter and everything. It's quick, it's nice, it's responsive. You can still use your dial. You can see how quick and responsive this is. You can go ahead and go into your Z-Link. That is your CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, full touchscreen, fully compatible with all of your steering wheel controls. Crazy. If you guys want a system like this in your car, reach out to me on info@westernautocustoms.com.au. You can also call me or text me on 0475 469 577, or just fill in the contact form on www.westernautocustoms.com.au to see how I can help with your car. Peace.